change, because I haven't seen a change, a good change. I mean, people have been holding up the fort, but it's not enough.
I feel your frustration, ma'am, and I thank you for your call.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, and I feel why she is so frustrated. This smart lady, right? Would you? I think I would agree. I'd agree with myself. Hopefully, you guys would agree with me. But based on that short conversation, she sounds like she kind of has her stuff together, right? And I think what's happening on this island is good people who have pretty decent heads on their shoulders. I mean, I'm not talking about like rocket scientists here or anything, but just decent, hardworking people cannot make sense of what is going on in our government. That's why she's frustrated, because how many, this is like the third big incident involving GVB and the board, and it's still like, oh no, I don't know, they're going to work it out. I mean, it's just, to me, it's frustrating. And that's why I think that lady sounds so frustrated, is because, again, you can't make sense. It just doesn't make sense of it. It is very, very basic. To me, it's a basic idea that given this much fireworks, noise, whatever you want to say, call it, coming out of GVB, that there would be some kind of like, yeah, I'm going to look at it. I mean, anyway, it is what it is. 7:48. Mayor Jesse Alig joins us on the KUAM News Zoom room. Mayor, good morning.
Oh, hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning on you. Right on.
Senator Joanne Brown's comments, those were nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you running for senator? Viva Republican? Is that what I heard?
I didn't hear anything like that. So I think you might be on the wrong station.
Oh.
All right, Mayor.
No, honestly, I thought that's what I heard. I thought Senator Brown said she was looking forward to you running for senator, Viva Republican.
I didn't hear that at all. I'm going to go back and listen to the interview now, maybe during the commercial
I'll
break.
Check it out.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm going to send some Q-tips over to your office, Mayor.
I'm sure you'll get her support.
Mayor Alig, if we could, let's just get right into it. It's going to be our last Monday together, but I have a feeling Jason might be calling you about the hotspot. So if you see his number calling and you don't want to commit to
don't answer.
Yeah.
Don't answer.
He could be calling from like a 637 number. Okay, just so you know. All right, Mayor.
Duly noted, as you said.
Right. Yeah. So what is going on with the mayors this week, Mayor?
Oh wow! So there are two big things going on with the mayors that we are considering. There's a bill introduced by Senator Sabina Perez on zero waste, and of course the waste to energy philosophy from Dave Sablon. So that's kind of a big deal that senators are looking into. That mayors are looking into to offer their support or no support really. And so we're taking a closer look at both of those ideas, and hopefully we will submit testimony to the legislature. It will be part of our June meeting as far as our discussions about the bill and of course the waste to energy concept. For us, that's a big deal because we deal with trash every day, right? And so, of course, I think ideally we want to work towards zero waste on the island and in our villages. But then there are some notions that perhaps we can work on both concepts, because they're, for at least now, it would be difficult to really be at zero waste, and we're still going to have some things to get rid of. And how do we get rid of that? Do we continue to fill the landfill? So, of course, those are the things that I'm having to field, and hopefully, when the senator came last week and with Dave Sablon's presentation, hopefully that answered some of their questions, and we'll be able to have meaningful discussion and move forward with that, with those two. The other issue that we're working on is, of course, the liquid fuels tax. So the first bill was from Speaker Therese, and the second one is the one from Senator San Augustine that there's a public hearing coming up. And I know that the mayors want to chime in on that, but of course we're not, that's a topic that I don't think we're unanimously agreeing on. So we're certainly going to have more discussions on that. With Senator San Augustine's bill, there's a certain time frame. think it's 180 days, and so I think that might sway some of the decisions of the mayors. Initially, when the Speaker Terlahi's bill was discussed, there was no decision from the mayor's council as to how we were going to respond to that, and I think the speaker and the other senators heard that. So hopefully we'll take a closer look at this new bill from Senator Sonogstein and our thoughts.
Let me just rewind there. So there are two the fuel tax relief bills. There's one from the speaker that we've been talking about that would what would hers do? And then so what's the difference materially between the two measures?
Well, I think that the biggest difference is that Senator Sonogstein's is only for 180 days, right, and Speaker's is completely to remove it completely. Right. And so, of course, when you see that Senator Sonogstein is actually sending in a bill, a similar bill that says okay, but just a little bit, so you kind of think, well, maybe there's the possibility to just say no altogether, right? And help the consumer at the pump, right? And I think the bigger concern, I think, on that side would be the revenues that will not be there to fund the Guam Highway Fund. But if Senator Sonogstein is introducing a bill that says we can do it for a certain amount of time, it probably seems like there's enough money, there's enough surplus to cover the money that the opponents of Speaker Terlahi's bill, are talking about. That, there won't be enough money to fund. So I don't like to really share my personal opinion, because then it becomes, everyone automatically thinks it's the council's opinion at this point, and I would prefer to wait for the council to make a decision, and then once the council has made a decision, I always render mine, because I feel it's necessary to have our own opinions. But generally, I think the council is, they always want to look at how it's going to help the consumer, right? But then making sure that we're funded. But with the Mayor's Council of Guam, we're supposed to be, by fiscal 23, no longer being funded from the Guam Highway Fund. Mm. That means it doesn't really affect us. Right. What it'll affect is it'll affect the streets, right? Because then there's still money that goes to DPW for road repair. And so it'll affect that portion of the village. But we're also saying, well, there's this surplus, right? Yeah. And so are you going to use that surplus to cover all this money from what you think you're going to lose from the liquid fuels tax? So that's the debate. That's the discussion.
Well, let me ask you, Mayor, though, do you think that 180 days is adequate? I mean, do you think that if you guys support Senator Sonogstein's measure, that these gas woes, the gas blues, the gas increases are going to subside in 6 months? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the thing is, do we vote for something that will try, or not vote for it at all? Right? Because if we don't, you're trying to make me put my opinion.
Who, me? Come on, it's my last week ever. I'm just trying to cruise. I'm not trying to make you say anything you don't want to say.
After listening to Senator Brown, I thought, oh, wow, I think I have my own testimonial.
Yeah, if you got a Carl Gutierrez story, I'd love to hear it.
No, not a Carl Gutierrez story.
Okay. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah,
no, so really, when you think about it, I came on the show saying that I supported Speaker Terlahi's bill. I did. I said that. And so, of course, if that's not going to fly, because the majority won't vote for it, but the majority will vote for Senator Sonogstein's bill, if it will at least try to help in some way, then certainly I'm in support of it. Because perhaps they can take a look at that, and if it works, then they can revert to Speaker Terlahi's bill and then just remove it altogether.
Yeah, it's interesting, Mayor, because the politics. I mean, I don't know if it's politics, but you got Speaker Terlahi has a fuel tax bill. Then you got, Senator Sonogstein has his fuel tax bill. Then Senator Shelton has her COLA bill. Then Senator Tydegui has her COLA bill. I mean, you're seeing this a lot in this term, is this copycat thing, or where so and so introduces a measure, but because so and so doesn't go to so and so's tea party, so and so's measure is not going to be supported, and instead we're going to support this one. It's got to be tough for you to remain diplomatic, and with, I mean, it's like walking through a minefield.
And that's the thing is like we're kind of always caught in the middle, right? Trying to figure out so who and they hold the purse strings, Chris.
Yeah.
So when you become senator and a Republican senator, you could be our advocate, and we, just do if you need. Oh wait, but I don't need to pick up a packet. I think you picked up one already.
I'll give you the one I picked up, Mayor. I'll give you the one I picked up.
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is what we have to do. We have to kind of juggle and see what's going to work out best for the majority and for the people, right? Like the caller, your previous caller was talking. So I mean, it really is about the people.
Update on liberation plans, Mayor. Has anything moved forward at all?
Nothing new. We're still working behind the scenes to get everything going, but it's going to happen July 21st. We'll certainly have fireworks in the evening, and then on Friday, the 22nd, there's going to be a big event down at Epau Beach. I think I'm always saying, listen, stay tuned, because there is going to be a lot to be announced for this 22nd as well. So I think Guam will have a great time. And of course, I always forget to mention first the memorial ceremonies, because that's so important for us. Yeah. So the memorial ceremonies begin on July 3rd, and we'll be, if you go on the GVB website and you take a look at the liberation, click on the liberation, you'll already see the memorial sites and the dates for the memorial ceremonies listed starting July 3rd.
Thank you, Mayor. Anything in closing before we let you go?
No. Other than I am gonna miss you.
I
don't know if you remember our first encounter, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if you really recall our first encounter. You didn't like me, and I didn't like you, and I won't say why, but it had to. I became a mayor. It was my first term as mayor, first month as mayor, and there was all this. Everyone just wanted to come and tell me what to do, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm new, but I'm not, I am definitely not crazy.
Right.
And I certainly know what my people need. But I think in the end, it all worked out, after a meaningful discussion, and, everyone understood the problem. We'll be okay. We were okay. So that was our first real encounter officially, I think. But
let me call you after the show, Mayor, and refresh my memory, because it sounds pretty juicy. That sounds pretty juicy.
It was so juicy that even Carl Gutierrez called me. We had all these elected officials. Everyone thought, well, gosh, okay, sure, call me, give me a call, no problem. But I'm still the mayor. Big deal.
You still are, and I'm still over here for now.
Well, man, you just do what you need to do, and come check us out. We'll certainly be willing to do a show in PD if you want to. I know you said you're not going to go back to that thing, but whatever you do, you'll do good at.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, and remember, Jason's going to be calling this week.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'll remember.
Thank you, Mayor Alig.
Okay.
That's
take care.
All right. I'll see you. Don't worry. Don't miss me too much. 801, we're KUAM FM Agani Guam, right here on the link. We did have a bunch of comments, Rosemary LaGuardia comments in here. At this point, all surplus revenues will be used to sustain the current pay increases as well as the future pay raises. It's so ridiculous that government workers make more than the